What's going on, fellow patriots? I'm bringing you something a little bit different today. I guess it falls more in line with my survival videos, kind of like the steel wool and battery, how I started a fire. Now, this isn't something that will save your life, but I do believe it is a useful skill to know, especially if you are like-minded like me, you know, a little bit on the crazy side. But today I will be showing you how to make a mini Faraday cage using only two things: foil and duct tape. And this is just the little mini Faraday cage I have already made, and I'll walk you through the steps of what I did. Now, it has been a while since I've made one, and these aren't foolproof, not gonna block from an EMP. It is just a mini one, as I said, and it only blocks about 99% of the EMFs from getting in. And I just used my smartphone, and since I don't have another phone to call my own, I just called a number, put it on speaker, stuck it in the foil, and I wrapped it up. Call stopped, call failed, because I am blocking all of the energy that is being put through the phone, and the foil blocks the conduction from happening. If I understand how Faraday cages work, I think I explained that right. But there are bigger and better ones you can make. This is just a really cheap and really fun way to make it. At least it's fun in my opinion. Always love little experiments like this. I hope you guys do too. You can make Faraday cages out of stainless steel trash cans. You can make them out of ammo boxes, which I do one day will try, because why not? Ammo box, Faraday cage, best of both worlds in my opinion. But there are many different things you can use. You can use, if you do the stainless steel trash can, the only thing from my understanding that you really have to do to make it into a Faraday cage is you wrap the inside, top, bottom, walls, all of that with cardboard, and then you're pretty much ready to go. Ammo box, it's already metal, so you just put some foam in there, and then you can put all your devices in there. You never know when you might need a Faraday cage, or if you're like me, you'll just do it for the hell of it, because why not? So it has been a while since I've done it, as I said, but I have tried it. It does work on a small scale. Again, it's not foolproof before some of you jump my ass about it, but I do think it's fun. I do know people enjoy stuff like this and want to know more about it. Don't know how to make it, but are familiar with what Faraday cages are, so I'm going to show you. Let's get started. So all you're going to need is just duct tape, foil. Now, all you're going to do, at least for me and how I do this, I'm going to tear off a sheet of foil, and then I'm just going to fold it. I did not measure it. I don't really care how big, how small it is, as long as it fits in my phone. Now, being that it is technically kind of a scientific experiment, I should be measuring, but I'm not going to. For shits and giggles, you know, you guys should be smart enough to figure this out. So I took my random piece of foil, I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm just going to fold it in half the other way again. And then what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to leave one side open, and I'm going to leave this top part open. I'm going to duct tape this side, and I'm going to duct tape the bottom. Really simple. Just a small piece of foil, just enough to seal up that bottom part, and then I'm just going to flip it over, make that seal nice and tight. And I'm just going to take that excess duct tape, and I'm just going to fold it right over. It's not going to hurt anything, and it keeps me from wasting the extra duct tape on nothing. And then since I've done the bottom, I'm just going to go ahead and do this side right here that's still open. I'm going to do the same thing as I did in the bottom. I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to take it right here, flip it over, and just do the same thing. Flip over that extra piece of duct tape. And then that's just one layer, and I've left the top open. This is just what you can use to slip your phone in. And if you're smart, unlike me, you won't fold over as much duct tape as I did here, because now my opening's smaller, but you get the point. I messed up in a previous clip, so I already have another piece of foil teared and wrapped. I do have a base layer already in here. So it's basically just, you're taking what you've already duct taped. You're going to take another sheet of foil, and you're just going to slip this part that you've already done right in here. And you're just going to fold this layer right in there. And I'm sure there are better ways to do this. This is just a method that I have found that works for me. If you do know of a better way, as always, just leave a comment down below. Leave me a link, a video, just whatever works best for you if you've ever done this. And like I did in that first part, I'm just going to leave the top open. And I'm going to take this seam, I'm going to tape it, and I'm going to tape the bottom. And this is really, really super simple once you do it. If you get into the science behind a Faraday cage, I'm sure it is a somewhat complicated science. I don't understand it all myself, but I do know the basics behind a Faraday cage, and I think that it's very interesting. I do think that it is a very useful thing to have, especially on a big scale. With this Biden administration, you never know when you're going to need something, especially being that Biden is in the Chinese's pocket. You never know what's going to happen, and, you know, even if Biden wasn't president, again, you never know what's going to happen. Always expect the unexpected. Luck favors the prepared. So, I've done that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear off one more sheet of foil, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. Just going to wrap it up. It's nothing perfect, nothing nice, neat, and fancy, but as I said, this is just what I have found works. I'm sure there are much better ways to do this, more scientific ways, but, you know, doing what I can with what I got. I'm just going to take that seal, close it on up. I'm going to do the bottom. And then, as I'm sure you noticed in the Faraday cage that I already have made, the entire thing, except for the top, is covered in duct tape. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to tear off strips, and I'm going to cover the foil. I'm going to leave the top open to slip my device in, and then that's about it. And for your Faraday cage, when you slip your device in there, you're just going to slip it in that little space you have, and then you have to close it for it to work. Now, once you do it, you can just fold it over, you know, kind of hold it tight, make sure it's all nice and sealed up, and you can try it, see if your Faraday cage works. If it doesn't, or if you want a more permanent thing or something that if you're just going to have it in there for a while, just go ahead and fold it up and then just duct tape it, and it should work. I had to fold mine over once or twice just to make sure that, you know, everything was sealed up nicely when I did my test phone call, and it worked nicely. Again, this, you know, is not 100% EMP, EMF proof, but it does work on a small scale with my iPhone 8. So it does work to a degree. Of course, there are much better ways to do this, but I think this is really cool, and I hope you guys enjoy. So I went ahead and finished making that other Faraday cage. So now I have two, because why not? You can just never have enough. Now, as I said in the beginning of my video, I do not have another phone to make a test phone call or the technology to video myself doing it. So you're just gonna have to take my word that it works, or you can do the experiment yourself and find out, and I hope you do that. Again, this isn't the best way to do it. I'm sure there are others. It's not nice, neat, and fancy. It's kind of crude, but it does work. At least for me it does. I hope it works for you guys as well. And as always, you know, do your research on it. Look up the history about it. The guy who invented this was, of course, named Faraday. His name was Michael Faraday. The Faraday cage was invented in the late 1800s, which I think is really cool when you think about it, that a Faraday cage has been around for so long, and most people don't know who he is. This isn't stuff that's taught in public school. I myself was homeschooled, which is how I knew about Michael Faraday and the Faraday cage. It was something that I did back in, I believe, middle school. Did it, tried it, it worked, and it came up in conversation the other day, and I thought, you know, it's been a while since I've made one. Why not go ahead and do it? Be a great Freedom Speaks topic, so here we are. I hope you guys try it. If you do, let me know how it goes. Did it work? Does it not? If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any tips, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, this is your host, President Arwal. This is Freedom Speaks.